Oh, I want to give him a little more anger in his eyes. So I know I've got this image that has the rage in his forehead and eyes. I can just add a little bit of that shape from his eyes, into the character.
It's like we can really say, okay, that's a really cool moment that we're going to push the camera in and we're going to get all that.
I mean, there are two fundamental changes for this game. The first is that it's on a new piece of hardware, and the second is that it's a new character. And those, I think, are the seed decisions that almost every other decision we made is based on those two decisions, and they were probably made 3 years ago.
With this jump in hardware, you really have the expectations to see what is next gen. And I think a lot of that is not just the better graphics, better lighting, smoother rendering, but the facial capture and the performances that are coming through, just this fuller cinematic experience.
You are not in control.
One of the things that's really exciting is actually capturing the facial animation from the actors and actually getting all those nuances and everything that they bring to their performance, and it just really helps set you in that world. We take scans of the actor going through a range of poses, and we just really want, what is that actor's physiology capable of?
We're using the moving points in space, but in a way that triggers the real nuances and micro movements of what happens with the skin on the face.
You can imagine if every one of these joints are doing that independently, you can have an infinite range of possibilities of what the face can do.
This is pretty freaking awesome.
And you can see right here where it says, okay, this is the area where there's tension, this is the area where a wrinkle is going to be coming through.
They've got the muscle over bone and skin and fat and unique things about how their face moves, and when you get that full range of scans, it's cool to see them get triggered in by the motion just naturally.
We just see awesome performances on the mocap stage, and this time around, I feel like we're getting that. We're getting closer. Whenever somebody has like this small moment of thought, it really, really shows.
It's really exciting to be part of the first wave of this technology where we're grabbing the face and the body motion capture in the same sessions. We're getting results that are much smoother, and that's really, really cool to see.
You are not in control.
This is the super hard part, is making something that's so soft like smoke feel like it's got that impact. Our main character, Delson, has basically the coolest power. It's like going up to a genie and asking for more wishes.
What happens is when he's near other conduits, he picks up their ability.
The first power that he gets is the smoke power.
That means he can drain it, he can turn into it, and he can project it. When you think about where is smoke in a city, you think of maybe chimneys, fires.
You can get smoke from vehicles in this game, but you have to destroy them first.
And of course, those end up blowing up and blowing up other things around them. And all those things now become smoke sources.
Every designer loves a burning car. I don't know why, but every effects artist has to do this at some point.
The PlayStation 4 is really allowing us to do some stuff that we couldn't before. And that meant writing new tools and new particle systems to accommodate that.
All of our particles are self-shadowing, taking environment light.
You can see that the particles are actually affected by the environment shadows as well.
It just makes everything feel more connected to the world. It brings it all together.
Honestly, for me, the effects are the coolest part of the game right now.
In a fluid fashion, you can combo up melee hits to dashes and moving away evasion stuff, to shooting, to dashing back in. You can dash through guys, grab them, flip them over.
Bam! Oh, that's beautiful.
It inspires that visceral reaction in people when they see it.
It tosses things in the air, and then they kind of like almost hover with some smoke around them, and then they blow up instead of just. It's actually windy gusts of. It's like yeah. Whoa! Whirlwind of smoke. Me too. And these bad guys, right? And then at the end, all this crap's in the air. Blah!
I'm gonna shoot this thing right in front of me.
So in the middle of combat, there are bullets flying at you, grenades, whatever's coming at you. You can dodge left, dodge right, completely dematerialize, and then rematerialize somewhere else.
You can also dash into vents, so we made this effect where it sort of swirls in.
Yeah, so he's actually cranking up, and then he kind of does a corkscrew, he jumps.
It's one of those things that just gives you all this energy, and you can sort of jump into combat, jump into action, and you feel so powerful and quick. and you almost want to get surrounded. You're waiting for that moment to get surrounded so that you could just unleash this power that they didn't even know you had.
Delson is basically conjuring up a storm of smoke and ash.
I think that if you time it out, like, you can push all the ambience down and it gets kind of quiet, almost like an inhale.
Yeah.
Kind of has that.
We were really pushing it. Let's have Delson go as high as freaking possible.
Here he is in the air, he kind of tucks in.
By the time it gets to, about here, he's pretty much reformed at that point, yeah.
And then he kind of dive bombs in. And at that point, he's kind of like dematerialized.
Anything breakable, it's going to destroy.
Yeah.
Any car, it's going to toss, tumble, throw.
Yeah.
Any person.
Yep. Maximum number of things flying around in the air.
We're trying to make you feel like you're this unstoppable force, and it takes wave after wave of enemy to give you a challenge. Your character is the weapon, and that's something that's really, really turned out to be a lot of fun.
I think we kind of were all excited about the idea of doing it here. It's our hometown, right?
So when I ask people, international friends, what they think of Seattle, right off the top of their head, they're like, oh man, rain.
It's a really cool city. It's got a lot of really cool atmosphere. It's got a lot of low cloud decks, a lot of fog, a lot of rain.
The cool part about working on this new system is that we can throw the type of detail that we just couldn't before.
And say, hey, look, we want a bank of puddles here. We're just going to paint some blue verts in here.
We can come in here and we can lower the puddle values. We can come in here with the tools and I can start painting in these patches where I want, destruction, fall off, and then kind of for the final awesome bits here, a lot of wetness and puddles just to kind of give it a rained on feel, like we've kind of been here a while.
If it's super wet time of day, you'll see streaks of wet coming down the sides of the building, and we can control that too. You see the sun hitting a wet street, and it kind of flares out for a second, just like if you're walking down the street and it had just rained, and the sun is coming down the center of a street, right, and it flares out in your eyes. You want that. So I can make it feel like there's really heavy fog sitting on the bay and the water down here. Which for me it's great because maybe I want really low hanging fog and to be more clear as it goes up. It allows me to create some really super interesting times of day.
One of the features I'm most excited about is actually that share button, because we're, of course going to use it for cool replays of all the fun physics stuff that happens. You throw a smoke grenade at a tower, it collapses, it squishes like 4 guys. Then they get mad, send out a helicopter, the helicopter's shooting at you, it's exploding all these cars. But for me, I'm gonna be that boring guy who just has a bunch of gorgeous beauty shots, because the city looks so sharp that I could just see people stopping on top of a building and just kind of doing a little 10-second pan, just looking around and taking it all in.
Being able to actually light an entire game for PS4 and make it, look like the city that I live in, it's awesome.
We're sitting right now in one of 2 state-of-the-art recording rooms. This is a control room. We primarily use it for mixing. We have 2 live rooms over in here that are fully tied into this room, and then we have another control room, which we can also mix in, but we really built that to track. And that's got an analog API console.
Right now, the studio's set up in a pretty traditional sort of rock band format. We sort of run the gamut from traditional orchestral setups that we've had in this room. The way our group is supported by Sony and the development teams here is that nothing's ever really off limits, so creativity is kind of placed above all else.
We work with an extremely wide spectrum of talent. We pull the talent from the film industry, from the record industry, from the TV industry, and of course from the video game industry. Having in-house facilities like this and of this caliber allows us to bring artists and composers and players here to collaborate, to innovate, and really to create music that they couldn't have created on their own.
Our team's been working hand in hand with Sucker Punch as their music service group since the first Infamous. One of the greatest things about that relationship is that it's extremely collaborative. Having the music have a personality, I think, has been really important to Sucker Punch, and our team has really tried to hold on to that.
Infamous Second Son was a bit of a departure compared to past Infamous games, where the locale was really what determined kind of the direction of the musical score. And this time, we let Delson's personality and his character really define the musical score.
The actual music production itself was an iterative process. So even though we went into it with a style in mind, it was a style that we didn't feel like really existed. We knew that Delson, the main character, was going to be the focus of our musical style. And you can really hear like a totally destroyed guitar and a beautiful cello in the same piece of music. And getting those things to work together was really a challenge and a lot of fun. Creating this kind of industrial, edgy music with nothing but live, organic sounds created by humans was a real challenge and a real fun aspect of the project.
Infamous Second Son is a great example of how we really utilize these facilities to do something that we couldn't have done without them. And that score promises to be one of the most dynamic and exciting scores we've ever produced.